Sorry about that, but sometimes it's good to be a little picky, when you're judging or, discussing food and those, I recently discovered that I'm not the only one. A lot of millions of other people besides me enjoy eating and enjoy to eat food, the taste of food and shit and whatnot. So I'm like not the only cat out there. But, when you have no, like, I'll tell you what, the worst way to have to go through life for real talk is flat out is being single and lonely. Being a man and hetero, and I'm straight, and I only think about girls, and I wish I had a woman or a female in my life, or even an old lady in my life. I was kind of dating Carlotta. She was this black lady, but she don't talk to me anymore. She was way older. She was old enough to be my grandma probably, but I'll tell you what, guys, the hardest, I never wish on my worst enemy. The worst way to have to go through life is just to be alone. Loneliness is the slowest killer. Loneliness is the worst. I've gone through just about everything physical you can go through as far as pain and agony and whatever the chatter. I've been through through it, and physically and emotional pain is worse than physical pain. I'll tell you, like, being lonely and not having a woman in your life, never having sex, never having physical pleasure, never having human physical contact, never having social life, never having a companion or a fuck buddy or a play toy, whatever. Fuck buddy or play buddy, whatever. A play toy. Not having a woman or like even flings, one night stands, you know what I'm saying? Missing out, not knowing what it's like, never experiencing the pleasure of making out, French kissing, and making out. That's, for a man, that's the worst. Never experiencing those simple things. Intimacy. When you don't have intimacy or sex or relationships in your life, or a friend or people to cuddle with, hang out with, put your arm around. When you don't, especially when you don't, even not having no family, not having no wife. Only going to be an uncle, never going to be a dad or a papa. That's fucking the worst way to have. That's straight suffer, people. That's straight suffer. When you have to live your whole life just to be an uncle and incel and feel like a virgin your whole fucking life, and never having nobody, no girls in your life, no friends to kick it with, hang out, go to the movies, go chill, go play putt-putt, go throw rocks in the creek, whatever, feed the ducks, get ice cream, get pizza, have nobody to do things with. That is the worst way. Having zero people to hang out with, or not having. It's not just about a relationship or having a wife or long-term relationship. It's just the fact of having no friends. It's the worst way, bro. Have to fuck. It's really the worst way. I figure out things to do by myself to try to make up for it. Like, I like to cook, I like to bake, but there's only so much a human being can do by themselves. For fun, for pleasure and joy. The only joy I get is Burger King, Dairy Queen, or McDonald's. So the only pleasure I get in life, and it shouldn't have to be like that. It shouldn't just be fast food or Taco Bell, Taco Hell. It shouldn't be that way. I'll stop complaining because I'm blessed because I have a great mom. I come from good stock. I come from good genes. I'm Italian. I'm over a little half Italian and a little bit Jewish, Ashkenazi Jewish, so European Jewish and mostly Italian. So I ain't fretting. I ain't. Hey, it's all gravy. Hey, what a day to be alive. You're living the dream. Another day in paradise. Fuck yeah. Keep on keeping on. Haha. Yeah, right. I'm just trying to throw a little humor into this, but it's always back to the drawing board, the chalkboard. It's like, shit, can't win for losing, but I'm sick of, I hate bogging you guys down and depressing you guys. I just hate being pessimistic and, always thinking about, just being negative. I try my best not to be negative, but I've just been so, like, on the fritz and just on a standstill and on the fritz. Just, I gotta get out of this funk, get out of this slumber I'm in, just like whoa, like whoa, poor me. Whoa. You know the hardest thing is seeing couples. Young couples holding hands, because I'm like, why couldn't I be him? Why can't I have a girlfriend like that dude's got? That. But I'll shut up. I'll just shut the hell up. I mean, shit. It's been years, it's been over decades and decades since I last been laid, so I have a right to complain because it's bullshit. I mean, I'm going. I even tell psychologists and therapists that half the crap that I've been through, and they're like, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine the pain you're going through. That's what the response is. That just goes to show you how fucking tough and crappy I've had in my life. They look at me and they say, I can't even imagine. I tell them about my life. I've been seeing therapists lately, professionals, and they look at me and I tell them about my life, in a nutshell. I don't even go in all details, and they're like, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. And guys, let me tell you, it's worse than cancer 50 times over. I mean, this is when I'm telling you guys, I would not wish this on my worst enemy. I mean, I've seen cancer patients. I've worked in nursing homes and hospitals, like retirement homes, seen death in front of my eyes, seen forensic shit, gory shit. I've seen a lot of shit in my life. A lot, you name it, I've seen it. But I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you, loneliness is the most painful. I've fallen on my face, about broken my neck, bones, shattered my head, bashed my head open, cracked my head open, stitches everywhere, almost choked this baby, like close to dying, choked. I've been, guys, ran my hand through nails, been blah blah, the braces for over 7 years, jaw shit, whatever. I'm just saying, I had a lot of pain in my life, and 50 other things I could tell you that would blow your mind. But the worst thing is like loneliness, not having no friends, not having, for a man, not having his needs met physically, like down below, and not having a woman. Not having a woman, I'm gonna tell you what, is the worst way to have to go through and live life, and it's the most painful thing in the fucking world, in my opinion. I mean, you could listen to music, you could drink like I'm trying to escape by imbibing or inebriating or whatever the fuck the word is. I'm trying to get buzzed because at this point I don't give a fuck. A flying fuck, 2 shits a rat's ass, because even 3 fucks, because I'm just pissed off and fed up because the world is getting, libtards are taking over, and these soft tards and thin skin idiots are taking over, and simple shit isn't like weird shit's going on, and I just like normalcy and generality and plain. I like things to be simple. I'm like a caveman. I'm an old head. I'm old fashioned, and I'm an old school. I'm an old soul, and maybe that's my problem, because that's probably why I don't have no and learning disabled, and I'm one of a kind, and I'll shock your mind. And I like to cook. I sometimes I'm too adamant about things, too stern, but I mean, what can I say? I mean, I'm definitely not selfish or arrogant or conceited or self-centered. I care about other people. I'm sensitive. I give when I could give, when I'm able to, and I'm caring, and I'm loyal, and I'm committed, and I'm honest. And sometimes that's my problem, is I'm too honest, and people just either like me or hate me. Like, it's like my way or the highway. But I'm gonna do one more video. I think this is like 3 right now, but we'll see what happens.